Hello, everybody. We're welcoming a YouTube audience today. This is a this is a first. Well, actually, it's not a first. This is a second time we've done this on both platforms. When we started up our Twitch last year in April, May, something like that, we did a simultaneous broadcast of the first couple of streams just to kind of try to whet people's appetites, get them over to the new Twitch channel. But we're back to doing these on both platforms every week now. So you'll get notifications if you got the bell rung and everything on YouTube. I can tell we've got a decent amount of people here from YouTube. But for whatever reason, my streaming software does not show me the total amount of people over both platforms. It only shows me who's watching on Twitch. We got about 20 people on Twitch, and the last time I looked, there were 30 or so of you on YouTube. I have no idea what it's at now. I'm not going to be able to check. But for those of you who have never joined us for these before, who haven't come on over to the Twitch at any time, we do these weekly streams, me, Ted, and Maddie, all on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Maddie also does some timeline building streams on Saturdays now. And I'm going to be doing some drawing streams, at least one or two, coming up pretty soon as well. Working on some Batman headshots that I got to draw for our Patreon supporters. Maybe drawing some Legacies of the DCAU. That's our webcomic. If you haven't read that, you can go check it out at legacieSDCAU.com. Anyway, I finally have the setup that I want in here. I have light blocking curtains set up. If you joined us last week, you know that I was completely washed out. Everything was just overblown, terrible, blasting light everywhere. But I think I figured it out today. I think we're good to go. So yeah, these are streams that we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like I mentioned. I am currently reading through Justice League Adventures, which is the spin-off tie-in comic to the Justice League animated series, of course. We're actually on the final issue today because I've been doing them almost every week. I've missed a few here and there for COVID, baby, don't want to, etc. Since about May of last year. But the timing worked out pretty well. Maddie is getting close to done with the Mad Love novelization that he's reading. Ted just finished up his most recent Game Boy game that he was playing through. I think it was Game Boy. No, I can't remember. The next one's Game Boy Advance. I can't remember the one he was just playing. It was really difficult. I think it was a Sega game, maybe. Anyway, and then I'm on the last issue of Justice League Adventures here, and we're going to be, just for everyone's knowledge, I'm going to wrap up Justice League Adventures today. Sometimes I do drawing of a character that was new from these comics. I'm not going to do that today, but I might start that up again soon as I kind of get more into the baby groove, figuring out, when he's going to eat, when he's going to sleep, all that stuff. It'll be easier for me to time the streams with that. But yeah, then next week, I'm going to be reading through the Justice League Adventures Burger King comics. There were maybe half a dozen of those. I think maybe 8, like one per Justice League member, and then like a final like team up one. I can't remember exactly. They're all on the World's Finest website. So we'll be reading through those as if they're one. They're all very short. They came with like kids meals. So we'll be reading through those next week. And what I do here, let's switch over to the next screen in case you haven't joined us before. We're going to go through the issue 2 times. We're going to read it through first time, and then second time we're going to take notes on like literally everything that we could ever want for videos about this comic, or about anything to do with anything Justice League Adventures in the future. I'll blow this up a little bit so you can, let me take you through it here from the top. We've got all the previous issues in here so far that we've gone through on our Twitch streams. Anything marked in red was an issue that had something that kind of stuck out as like, there is no way that this particular issue is going to work with the continuity of the cartoon. So far, we're not 50-50. There are definitely more issues that do work than ones that don't. But it'll be interesting to see if we can make the ones that don't seem like they're going to work in order to you know, do a will it canon on Justice League Adventures. That's kind of the whole point of doing these. In the end game of doing these is will it canon videos, timeline videos, that kind of stuff, and anything else that kind of pops out as, oh, that's interesting. Like in issue number 3, we had Daxamites from the planet Daxam, and one of them was very Power Girl looking. And we kind of hypothesized that, you know, since there is a Power Girl in the DCAU, but we never see her, that maybe this is who she is. And we kind of ran that idea by John Delaney, who was the artist for that issue. And he kind of confirmed that was that was at least his thought process. He based her on Power Girl, that kind of stuff. So that in of itself is kind of a fun video that we could do if that issue winds up being canon by our definitions or whatever. But yeah, so we go through these, taking notes on all appearances of any character that either appears or is mentioned in the issue. That also includes any locations and any objects, so like objects of note, like gadgets, batarangs, that kind of thing, vehicles, blah, blah, blah. And then anything that sticks out as not canon. So last issue we had Felix Faust was the bad guy, and that didn't really work with any timeline stuff with, you know, his appearances. He dies in Paradise Lost, and then he's back as a floating ghost head in The Balance, and there's kind of, you know, dialogue to indicate that nothing could really happen between those two, and then he's stuck in hell at the end of that. So there's no, or in Tartarus, sorry. So there's no real way for that issue to work necessarily. Anyway, but then also any references to in-show events. You know, Robin and Superman had a familiarity in last issue, so it's kind of like maybe a reference to Nighttime where they teamed up. Any references of time, passage of time, clocks, dates, years, anything like that could help us build the timeline. Concrete is if a character appears that has a definite origin that we've seen. So like Brainiac, for instance, we know, you know, this story cannot take place before, what's it called? Not Little Piece of Home, that's the Kryptonite episode. You know what I'm talking about. The one with the first Brainiac episode. It can't happen before that. And then pop culture, any references to pop culture, of course. There is a lot going on in the chat between the two platforms, which is freaking awesome. I'm so glad so many people are here for this and that this is working. Fingers crossed that I don't get an internet disconnection, because that's happened a couple times with these. But yeah, if you want to pop into the chat, I'm happy to read what you guys are talking about throughout here. It's a little easier, of course, to read that as I get done reading the issue, but I'll try to stay up to anything that you're asking me specifically. Anyway, any references to an obvious weather? This is getting toward the end here of like, this might help kind of stuff for the timeline, but like if there's a hurricane, if there's snow, that kind of stuff, that would be like, it's this time of year, that kind of thing. And then any other clues or notes that we want to write down. So yeah, that's the gist of it. I'll re-mention, for those who have joined us since we started, tomorrow Ted is going to be starting Batman Vengeance for Game Boy Advance, so be sure to check in for that. That should be fun. And Thursday, Maddie is continuing the Mad Love 2018 novel, which is like an extreme expansion of the Mad Love comic episode, whatever you want to call it. And Maddie also does timeline streams on Saturdays. Those are all going to be now on Twitch and YouTube, because we have de-affiliated ourselves with Twitch. We were at the affiliate level, but it wasn't really working out for us. We weren't getting enough out of it, and even though we did definitely appreciate, and do definitely appreciate, those of you who are joining us from Twitch right now, the audience was a lot smaller over there than we wanted it to be. So anyway, I'm glad you're here, whichever platform you're on. Thank you. Oh God, I'm drinking a Red Bull, so that's gonna happen a couple times. When the streams are done, for instance today, when I'm done reading this issue, everything is now going to be archived on the Pod Tower, which is our new second channel. We've got a handful of you have already joined us over there, but don't have a custom URL yet, so I'll go ahead and paste that in the chat so you guys can go check it out. If you go subscribe over there, you'll be notified anytime that we put up an archive of one of these streams. So if you miss the stream today, tomorrow, Thursday, Saturday, whenever I'm drawing, all those things every week, they'll be up by the end of the week on Pod Tower. Also on Pod Tower, you can find every episode of the Tim Talk podcast, which is Chris Lord and Cameron Dexter. They host a podcast going through every episode of the DCAU. Episodes 1 through 64 are hosted on the Pod Tower channel. I just finished wrapping that up last night, getting those all on there. And then 65 through where they are currently, Hearts and Minds, although I haven't added today's new A Better World episode yet. Those are all hosted on the Tim Talk channel, but will be hosted on both channels and eventually just Pod Tower continuing forward. Also on here is going to be every episode of the DCAU Review, which is another podcast doing essentially the same thing. That's Cal and Liam over at the DCAU Review. They've got, I think we're back. That happens from time to time. I have no idea why. I've been having actually a decent amount of internet issues today specifically, which was hilarious. If I popped out there for a second, just refresh the page. You'll be all good. But anyway, as I was saying, every episode of the DCAU Review will also be on here. I just haven't gotten to put them up yet. I got distracted by the internet conking out there for a second. I think we're back though, so we're good to go. But yeah, Pod Tower is going to be the place to find literally everything podcast related or stream related that we put up. All of our past streams are up there right now. So if you missed any of these Justice League adventures or Ted's video gaming or Maddie's book club readings in the past and you want to catch up on those or just check them out, they're all on here. I would recommend not going to the videos tab and trying to do anything from here because a lot of stuff is out of order. YouTube has a terrible system where I can upload. See, look, Justice League Adventures 33, that was last week. Then you got 25 through 26, 27, 29, 23, 30 to 31. Like, they are all out of order on the uploads section specifically. Yeah, don't go off of this. Just go to playlists or the home screen. I've organized everything here for you. Here's what's happening now. These are all the topics that we're covering at this moment. Here's Data Boy live streams, streams with James, streams with Ted, streams with Maddie, DCAU podcast, every episode of the Tim Talk podcast, every episode of our 12th Level Intellects podcast from the last few years, which we are going to be restarting as 13th Level Intellects soon. That's all I'll say. And then DCAU Book Club, that's all of Maddie's book readings, video game playthroughs from Ted, comic book breakdowns. This will be expanded as I do more than just Justice League Adventures. And then also here's a playlist from everything from our 24-hour birthday bash, just for the sake of having it on there. So yeah, I'm glad everyone's here. And we might as well get started on the issue. I can stop rambling and introducing everything. But go check out Pod Tower. I pasted the link in the chat, but I will do it again. There it is. Yep. I also missed 12th Level Intellects. It was pretty fun. We're hoping to do it as a live show like this. Originally, Maddie and I were hoping to get together physically with Ted on a little like Arnim Zola TV screen in the middle of us, since he's all the way across the country. But COVID kind of ruined that idea. So here we are about a year later after we talked about doing that, and we're hopefully going to be restarting it as the 13th Level Intellects as a live show with all three of us on screens and whatnot. Yeah, looks like Maddie's over on Twitch because we got his name popping in with the bot over here. But okay, let's get to it. Let's read Justice League Adventures number 34. And I have read through it ahead of time, so I know who the bad guy is, so I'm going to give him the voice I think he deserves. Okay. My world began with pain. I live with it every day. I can see it in my mind's eye, as clear as the moment it happened. The gunman. My parents. The end of my childhood. From the moment Oh, from the moment I arrived on this world, I was not alone. My birth parents sent me here to find a new life. My adoptive parents welcomed me into their family with no hesitation. If I truly am a Superman, it's because of all four of them. Snap. Ping. Past tense. I totally forgot to introduce the writer and artist for this issue. The writer is Stuart Moore. He wrote the Marvel Civil War novelization of note, and the artist is Tim Levins. If you don't know who Tim Levins is, you should go to Instagram or DeviantArt, look up Tim Levins, and find a treasure trove of beautiful imagery. Okay.
Yes, that's it. 2 relics from their past, to destroy them in the present. Go ahead, Wonder Woman. Place the items on the shrine. Now, add the Talisman of Power. Perfect.
I hate this town. I feel so visible. You call this a dark alley? Well now, is this a social call? Or has one of your Gotham lunatics decided to move to Metropolis? Neither. I'm usually stealthier than that. X-ray vision, remember? And super hearing. Congratulations. Any way I could get you to leave me alone? If we were in Gotham City, would you? If you must know, I'm not after one of my lunatics. I'm hunting one of yours. It's all over the Gotham underworld that Luthor is planning something very big. Something that will turn both our cities upside down. Wait, I'll double check. That's impossible. Luthor's in prison. We put him there together, remember? Yes. Oh, yes, there he is, locked away in his maximum security cell. He used to sit up in his corporate office smirking and plotting against me. I couldn't touch him, but those days are in the past. In my experience, the past has a way of coming back to haunt us, whether we want it to or not. Well, where does the Gotham underworld say this plan is supposed to take place? There. Construction site. Work suspended for lack of funding. I see even the shining city isn't perfect. We do our best. I'm scanning the building. Seems deserted. You place too much trust in what you see with those eyes. Alright then, if it'll make you happy... I take it back, Batman. Something's definitely going on here. Stand back. Can't. Budget. Too weak. Move. Thanks. Something's sapping my strength. Mine too. Whatever's doing it, it's got to be in here somewhere. Seems harmless enough. What's this? Whatever it is, it's lined with lead. I can't see inside. Ultimate time capsule, preserving the past for the citizens of the future. Allow me. Paff. Bam! What's happened to you? You're so old. I don't think this is the Luthor you know, Superman. What do you mean? I think this is all out of order here. He said it himself. The future. Is this... Yeah, I think we missed a panel here, DC Universe. No? Oh, the future. Yep, okay, I got it. It was on the thing. Okay.
You always were the smart one, Batman. Yes, I'm from your future. Or you're from my past, depending on how you look at it.
What?
I've planned this a long time, you know. My final revenge against the Justice League. In a way, it's me own fault. I always clung to the comforts of science, not realizing that magic was merely another side of the same coin.
Wonder Woman? Once I realized that a
Once I realized that a modified Kabbalah shrine could be used to sap your life forces, all I needed was the proper talismans. For that, I had to travel even deeper into the past. A piece of wreckage from the rocket ship that first brought Superman to Earth, Wonder Woman's tiara, a potent focal point of ancient energies, and a bullet from the alleyway where Batman's parents were killed. Oh yes, one more thing, Mr. Wayne, Mr. Kent. By peering back in time, I learned your precious secret identities. You three are the finest. I can admit that now. I've gained perspective with age, and the clarity of purpose to do what I must.
Why does Lex sound like a pirate? It's Mr. Krabs, dude!
Bruce Wayne, Batman, the world's greatest detective, and one of its richest men. The man most likely to foil my revenge, or to follow the false leads I planted, right into my trap. Wonder Woman.
Oh my god, this is doing a number on my throat.
Wonder Woman, one of the strongest leaguers, but also the most, closely tied to the world of magic, and the ideal victim for the Kabbalah's obedience spell. It was her arms, not my own withered limbs, that reached into the past to snatch up your treasures. And then there's Superman, my most hated nemesis, the bane of my miserable life, year after year, decade upon decade, the man who ruined me. Clark Kent, I should have known.
And this shrine is sapping our life forces?
Oh yes, feeding them right into Wonder Woman. You'll be dead very soon. And the beauty of it is, once she's absorbed your life forces, the resulting overload will destroy her, too. Then the rest of the League will fall like paper dolls. But just in case you don't keel over quickly enough, Wonder Woman, kill them!
Wonder Woman, oh, crack! Wham!
She's stronger than you now, Superman. You know, I've always enjoyed letting a woman fight my battles.
Diana, listen to me. Listen to me. This isn't you. It's him. He's just an old man, a dying relic from the future, using the tools of our past against us. But he's not you. None of that is you. Fight him.
No! Me magic!
Oh, God.
Past gone. Future gone. What's left now?
Got away again. Maybe not. We may have changed the future, so that version of Luthor never existed. We'll probably never know. How much do you remember? Most of it. It was like seeing through a veil, like reliving a memory you can't quite see clearly. Like a different version of myself. Revenge plans, Justice League. Giant moon-based death ray. Infect watchtower computers with virus. Team up with Brainiac. You're gonna do that one, whether you want it or not. Get elected president of U.S. You're gonna try to do that one. Go back in time and create magical life force sapping shrine.
Not bad. That one's a keeper.
From the moment I arrived on this world, I was not alone. My birth parents sent me here to find a new life. Today, I have a new reminder of them, and a family to share my joy with. Truly, I am blessed. My world began with pain. I can see it in my mind's eye. The gunman, my parents, the end of my childhood. Every moment. Every day. I don't need reminders. The end of Justice League Adventures. That is it, folks. That was the end. That was the final issue. What do we have going on in the massive chat that I have no way to ever keep up with? Let's see. Let's go back to the start of the issue here. Any virality updates? Yes, I see Ted kind of answered this. James and I recently had a good phone call with the distribution company to chat virality release. Yes, Virality, for those who don't know, is my movie that I have been making since about 2015. It is all filmed, and I'm working on the VFX and everything right now. You can watch a kind of teaser trailer sort of thing on the Watchtower Database YouTube channel, which you may be watching this on right now. Or just, you know, Virality, V-I Reality, look that up. yeah, we had a distribution discussion, and things are in motion potentially. Will there be an upcoming DCAU movie like Batman, Harley Quinn, and Justice League vs. Fatal 5? We have heard nothing. No idea, Michael. Sorry. Internet is terrible, but I'm going to stay here and hang out in the chat. Are you good now? Okay, yeah, that was when I shorted out for a second. Your rivalry with JFJ's reviews, still a bit too fresh to link any of his DCAU content. We just don't have it up on our channel. Definitely not like enemies with the dude or anything. Art is pretty reminiscent of Batman Year 1. Oh, yeah, in the opening scene a little bit, yeah. Gee, who are those dead people? I wonder who they could be. I have a guess who this is based on the voice. Kind of reminds me of the beginning of Public Enemies, where Batman and Superman are kind of envious of each other's origins. Obviously, before a better world. Oh, because of prison stuff, I guess? Yeah, I guess so. You're right. Will we ever have a good Superman movie? Yes. Okay, I'm guessing this is before a better world. Yeah, I guess so. See, this is why I have you guys in the chat, to remind me of these things. Also, that panel of Superman checking on Luthor in prison reminded me, it reminded me of Crisis on Two Earths as well. Kind of like Luthor from Gods and Monsters in a way. I also thought that, but he does look different from his Earth 12 old Luthor-ness. Can you say this bad luck to kill a seabird? 'Tis bad luck to kill a seabird. I don't know that specific line from SpongeBob, I'm sorry. I stopped watching SpongeBob when it stopped being good. He sounds like Scrooge McDuck? No. No offense to Tim Levins, but future Lex be mad ugly. I mean, I don't think that's not a compliment. I want It's Mr. Krabs t-shirt. Very first Christmas to me. Yep. Bane is the bane of Batman's life. I was thinking the same thing. I almost started doing a Bane voice after that instead of Mr. Krabs. Even the normal Luthor voice would hurt one's throat after a while. The Clancy Brown Grizzle voice. Yes, it is. You and Maddie look like undercover cops who just got on the force. Okay. I'm not sure what that means or what you're referring to. He did the Mr. Krabs thing. I just watched Soul of the Dragon. Yeah, I need to watch Batman Soul of the Dragon. I have not watched it yet. Yeah, this was the first issue with no cheekbones on Superman, which is interesting. It was a while after Season 2 had started on TV. You think a final issue would have had the other four and something other than just a cameo? Yeah, it makes me wonder if they didn't know this was going to be the final issue, because there's no big, like, final issue on the cover like Justice League Unlimited had. There's no, like, to be continued in Justice League Unlimited or anything at the end. Don't read Future State. It's a pile of shit. Some of it looks interesting. I don't know. And have you seen Batwoman Season 2? I've not even seen Batwoman Season 1. I watched the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover with her in it, and the Elseworlds crossover with her in it the year before that. Otherwise, I've not watched the show at all. But okay. So, like I said, we go through it twice, so we're going to go through it a second time. Not reading it in real time, but going through page by page to take notes. So, this is Justice League Adventures, number 34. Past Tense was the title, and it is October 2004. When did Justice League Unlimited start airing? July 2004. Okay, so Justice League Unlimited was already on the air for a few months at this point. So it might have just been like a editorial thing of like, hey, we should probably change the title of this comic to Justice League Unlimited. So maybe that's why there's no it's over, because maybe, you know, if you at your local comic shop you say, hey, I want Justice League Adventures in my box, maybe the title just changed to Justice League Unlimited. I'm not sure. I wasn't getting comics at that time of my life when I was 13. Yeah, by the way, Stuart Moore, this is the writer. I had all these tabs open, which I usually do at the start to introduce the creators of the comic. Go check him out. Tim Levins art on Instagram. And then Mick Gray was the inker for this issue. According to his website, Mick Gray has been an inker for DC Comics since 1990, and his many projects include Batman and Robin, Joker, Supergirl, and the Legion of Superheroes, Promethea, and many more. I didn't look any farther into it. Okay, so here at the start, we have Joe Chill. We have Thomas Wayne. Whoop. Thomas Wayne. We have Martha. Why would you say that, Wayne? And we have Batman. We have Gotham City. I found this interesting. It says Mask of Zorro on the sign here. Not Mark of Zorro, which is typically the movie that is playing in the background that they left. Mask of Zorro is the 2002-3 Antonio Banderas Zorro movie. So that was interesting. Let's see here. We got pop culture. The Waynes are leaving Mask of Zorro, not Mark of Zorro. God, I cannot type today. I'm a little hopped up on coffee and Red Bull, and also I got a screaming baby living in the house with me now. I got to stay awake. Yeah, 13-year-old. Yeah, I hadn't learned how to read yet. Baby is good, despite me just saying it was screaming. No, he's doing pretty good. The art style changes quite dramatically with the start of the JLU. Yeah, I mean they brought on some artists that had not worked on Adventures. Did I do Mark is Zorro? No, I didn't. Okay. All right. So I think that's that here. We got Wonder Woman. Yeah, this totally skipped panels. Like, DC Universe having some issues here. Like, the beginning of my life. And then it just... I don't think we saw these. I swear we didn't see these panels before. It just showed, like, the final blip here. I don't know. DC Universe just updated to DC Universe Infinite. Things might be a little weird now. But anyway, yeah, so we got Wonder Woman. And I'm going to go ahead and put Joe Chill's gun as an item. Well, and we also got Joe Chill bullet. We can kind of rename those better later. Just leaving myself a note to rename that better later. Okay, then again, some weird choices here. We have Krypton. And we have Smallville, Kansas. But the lifeboat, the ship, the rocket, Superman's rocket, is definitely a different design. Superman's lifeboat. I guess I'll put it in non-canon. Superman's lifeboat and the Kents are drawn more traditionally, not the DCAU designs. Same with Thomas and Martha Wayne on the previous pages. They don't look exactly like they do that we see in, like, even the pictures in Bruce Wayne's mansion and stuff like that in Wayne Manor. And Bruce Wayne is definitely not wearing the same outfit that we see him wearing for The Man Who Has Everything, though that episode had not happened yet. But even in, like, traditional comics, he's wearing, like, a little baby trench coat, so it's kind of weird that he's just in, like, a sweater. I wonder if that was an editor thing, they asked him to do that, or if Tim Levins just made a choice and did that. It's kind of weird. Like, blonde-haired Martha Kent here. I don't know what's going on with that. But we have Superman, and we have Jonathan Kent, and we have Martha Kent. We also have Jor-El is mentioned, and Laura L is mentioned. What's poppin', my boy? Hey, Super Saiyan God Vegtio. Lots is poppin'. Is that a magic bullet forged by Illuminati mystics? I sure hope so. To keep us from learning the truth. Prevent us from learning the truth. Okay, that's that. Wonder Woman takes a piece of the thing. I might as well put Kent home. Okay. Okay, then we have Lex Luthor, future. And we will have Lex Luthor for realsies in a bit, since this is apparently from a different timeline, or it becomes a different timeline, or something like that. Also interesting that John Jones's logo is just Mars. Typically he has like a kind of asterisk looking thing, but I don't know. 2 more relics from the past. Go ahead, Wonder Woman. Place the items on the shrine. I'm just gonna write the shrine, and I think there's a better name for it later, so we'll come back to that. We have Wonder Woman. We got Wonder Woman armor because she detaches it. It plays a role in the story. Okay, Metropolis. And then Metropolis Bank, specifically. What a specific name for Metropolis Bank. Has one of your Gotham lunatics decided to move to Metropolis? That's not referencing anyone specific. Okay. Luthor. He used to sit up in his corporate office, so we got a mention of LexCorp. Sorry, I'm getting notifications on my phone about the stream. I want to make sure everything's working fine. Tim should have been the artist on B-Tech. I kind of agree. I thought about that throughout the whole thing. I'm going off a little tangent here. Batman The Adventures Continues art is the best part of the comic. I would say Monica Cabina's coloring is some of the best coloring that we've seen in any DCAU tie-in comics. And I love Ty Templeton's art. I love him. I love his writing. I love the dude. He's usually pretty helpful with if we've got questions about continuity stuff and whatever, emailing him and stuff. But I will say that a lot of the angles and poses and things that he chooses are not super dynamic. I love Tim Levin's, like, even just the most simple thing of, like, what's an example here? There was a good one last issue, he drew it also, where Hawkgirl was flying through the air and you only saw her shadow on a wall. Anyway, I mean, I guess there's some good examples here, like Wonder Woman, this super Dutch angle of her here. But even just the most simple stuff, like, I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll come up on some good shots here, but Tim Levins has a really kinetic energy to his art. It flows from one panel to the next really nicely. It feels like it's animated, like it's moving. And not that Ty's doesn't, but it's a little stiff sometimes. Like, I think he has his specific poses that he's really good at drawing, and doesn't branch out super far from that. And no offense, Ty, if you're for some reason watching this, because you do watch some of our videos, still love you to death, and everything is great. Just saying. Tim Levins has a really good style. Imagine they did a Batman animated movie of the Arkham series. That would be so dope. There is the Batman Assault on Arkham, which is in the Arkham universe. That's a pretty good one. It might be a sequel to the BTS. Oh, you're talking about. I have nothing new to say about the Batman animated series continuation that may or may not be happening. I think Ty needed a different inker rather than doing it himself. His lines were very heavy. Whenever Morales came on board for that one issue, it was fantastic. That's true. That's true. I did like the inking on that issue better than the normal ones. Also, the finale to the final issue, final chapter, was a different inker, but I didn't notice until someone pointed it out, or I looked at the credits again or something. I was like, oh, it's that Ty didn't do that. It was very similar to his. Have I seen Batman Soul the Dragon? Not yet. It's on the to-do list. Assault on Arkham is canon to the games, as far as I know, yeah. Arkhamverse is a mess, but I love it. Yeah, speaking of which, I'm probably going to be streaming myself playing Batman Arkham City with the Batman the Animated Series skin sometime soonish. Right now I'm playing Crackdown all over again. When I get through that is probably when I'll start those up, because that was a lot of fun. to play through the first time Batman Arkham City, but I would love to do it with the animated series skin as if it's a DCAU video game. And do it with you guys, so you can help me find the Riddler trophies and whatnot. Assault on Arkham is good, in my opinion. Could have been better, but still good. Yeah, I agree. Okay, anyway, going through here. Locked away in his maximum security cell. We don't know what prison that is. I'm gonna bet it's Stryker's Island, so that's because that's the Metropolis one. And yeah, I'll add that timeline thing. So Lex Luthor is in prison, so this would have to be before a better world where he gets pardoned. Good call, Bob and Co. They were saying this. Okie dokie. Gotham Underworld. Metropolis Museum of Tomorrow. Metropolis Museum of Tomorrow. Construction site work suspended for lack of funding. Coming soon. So maybe LexCorp was funding this, and then when Luthor got put in jail. So it also says, where was this? Luthor's in prison. We put him there together, remember? So Superman refers to himself and Batman putting Luthor in prison. Could be Injustice for All. Could be ... The adventures continue. I think Maddie would say otherwise probably, but I know that we've been kind of back and forth on where that comic takes place because it keeps changing. But that would be kind of a funny coincidence if that lined up. Luckily, there's no there's some of these issues of this comic have had just blatant 2004, 2002 and stuff on them. So yeah, when we finally work that out. Okay, nothing new on here. Batman uses a little laser thing, orange penis crayon. I don't know what this is. What is this, Batman? I'll just put bat laser. Maybe it's that thing that he uses in Batman and Robin to thaw out the ice inside the rocket at the start of the movie. Interestingly, this Museum of Tomorrow, it has a similar layout to that Batman Beyond museum where he fought Carrare. Just a bunch of hanging stuff. What's this? Whatever land is that? Ultimate Time Capsule. Okay. Ultimate Time Capsule. Maybe I'm wrong about the shrine having a name. Preserving the past for the citizens of the citizens of the future. I can read. I learned how to read after I turned 14. Okay, we got this whole shindig here. What happened to you? You're so old, but you're so old. And you were always a smart one, depending on how you look at it. Good job, Robin. Thanks for following Hud Bud Boy. When you play Arkham Knight, there is a reference of Superman. Okay. Reference to Sting Operation, Batman, Superman, and Jean. Get the evidence on Luthor. Oh, yeah. I mean, it could be, I guess, but I'm pretty sure that the fact that this comic is taking place, or the comic was coming out at the same time as Justice League Season 2, it kind of seemed, and now Justice League Unlimited at this point, it kind of seemed to indicate that they were kind of following whatever was currently happening on the cartoon. So Luthor's latest appearance was A Better World, but he was pardoned there. So it's interesting that they're like, yep, he's in prison. I don't know. We'll have to figure this out eventually. Okay, a Kabbalah shrine. That's what it was. Kabbalah? Is that what it was? Yes, but it is hyphenated. Okay. Yeah, but she spelled it wrong. Life forces, go deeper into the past. Wreckage from the rocket ship. Wonder Woman's tiara, bolt from the alleyway. I think Batman's sweating. I don't think these are zits. Bruce Wayne fell into my trap. Like how it was her arms that grabbed the stuff, because we saw that happen. Bane is mentioned. The man who ruined me, Clark Kent, should have known. So it's weird that, like, what is the point of this? This is just like a magic shrine that connects to people based on items from their past. So, but it just saps their powers away, I guess. That was his entire plan. I don't know. The rest of the league will fall like paper dolls. So I guess we do get to put the Flash is mentioned, Green Lantern is mentioned, Hawkgirl is mentioned, and John Jones is mentioned. Okay. And kill them. I've always enjoyed letting a woman fight my battles. I guess that's a reference to Mercy Graves, but he doesn't necessarily say that, so I won't put it. Fight them. Fight him. We may have changed the future, so that version of Luthor never existed. I might as well put that in the timeline clues. They defeat the future Luthor at the end. His timeline gets erased. At least that's what Batman thinks. Okay, then these revenge plans are interesting. So his moon-based death ray, I don't know if that's a reference to anything. Lex Luthor moon laser. This is a Super Friends thing. Let's see, moon. Luthor later captured Jimmy Olsen again as a trap for Superman. When he came Luthor and his henchmen opened fire... Oh, who wrote this? On him with kryptonite ray guns and caused him to get covered in lead paint, which enables him to defeat Luthor again. Luthor later rejoins the allied perpetrators of evil and tries to destroy this device, which alerts people of crime. Lex Luthor... Oh my god. Lex later traps Jimmy using a matter transfer device. In the end, he is once again defeated. Lex later kidnaps Jimmy again and places him inside a blimp to distract Superman so he can shoot him with kryptonite fireworks. Luthor later kidnaps Lois and Jimmy and flies them to the moon, where he aims a laser at Earth and threatens to destroy Arctic's ice cap. Jesus, unless he gets control over the world. Superman arrived to the moon, however, and saved Lois and Jimmy. Was this written by a 5-year-old? What is going on here? Okay, so Luthor's moon ray gun may be a reference to Super Friends. I wish I knew the episode, but I doubt this thing is going to tell me. Luthor's lethal laser. Okay, so this is actually from The New Adventures of Superman. The New Adventures of Superman episode. Luthor's lethal laser. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, and then infect Watchtower computers with virus. Is this a thing Luthor did? Because this was also a thing from a few issues ago, but it wasn't Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor infect Watchtower with virus. Let's just do Lex Luthor Watchtower virus. How about that? Ha! I got him as me. There's 2 Watchtower database videos that come up, of course. Is this a reference to something that you guys know about? Did you read the new comics so far of DC Future State Batman, where Batman is supposedly dead? Blah, blah, blah. No, I have not. My issue with these tie-in comics is that nothing specific to them is ever referenced in the shows themselves. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they were working off the shows, but not vice versa. Luthor does later fire a death ray on Cadmus and JLU. That is true. This man having trouble reading. I sure am. Lex Luthor should be the official name of the old man Luthor. From the... Okay, I love it. Yeah. Lex later. Okay. Keep your computer safe. The Watchtower database needs to really invest in stronger firewalls. Yeah. Lex Luthor infected the Watchtower's computer in Smallville, but with himself. Not sure. Probably something. Team up with Brainiac is funny. Team up with Brainiac. Oof. You're gonna, whether you want to or not. And get elected president of US. Okay, so this, I guess if this is canon, then he's already hatching this president scheme before A Better World, which I haven't been interested in politics, but he only, I don't know. I guess he didn't know about Lord Luthor at that point. That was just kind of a cliffhanger thing. Let me go ahead and do Luthor is scheming to become president. And then go back in time and create magical life force sapping shrine. I guess that's just supposed to be a joke, but for the moment I arrived on this world, I was not alone. But what was I doing here? Oh. But normal Luthor schemes to do the same thing as Lex later at the end. Okay, oh, we do have all of them show up here. I'm dumb. So not mentioned at all. They are here. Okay. And we got a bunch of cool stuff in the Bat Cave here. We have the giant penny. We have the giant dinosaur, which looks to be modeled after the dinosaur from the Calendar Girl episode. We got the Bat computer. And we have... Oh, we have we have Freeze Gun. Or Mr. Freeze's freeze gun specifically. We have penguin umbrellas, and we have Mad Hatter's hat. We also have the Batman the Animated Series costumes. So I will do bat suits, and I will do Robin suit. Okay. Every day, I don't need reminders. Okay, that's the end of Justice League Adventures. And the only thing that was non-canon was the designs for some of the characters in the flashback, or in the past scenes at the start. It's also interesting that they still have the bullet and the piece of the ship by the end of the comic. So, like, they just stole those out of the time stream and just have those now. You don't think that would mess something up? Butterfly effect things. I'll put that in the notes here. They still have the lifeboat chunk and bullet by the end of the issue. Would this not cause butterfly effect crap? Okay. Zoom back out here. I know you guys can't read anything at this point on here. I'm just going to merge the cells, make it a little nicer looking. I'm not going to mark this one as non-canon just because of those designs. Artist interpretation, yellow bat suit reasoning here. I don't like it. I don't love it. In fact, I hate it. plain old hate it. But issue was kind of cool. And with that, we're going to draw the stream to a close, I suppose. Reminder that next stream is tomorrow with Ted playing Batman Vengeance on Game Boy Advance. Thursday is Maddie going through the Mad Love novel some more. He's nearing the end. He's got only a handful of chapters left. And he's also coming back on Saturday to do more timeline streams, going through Batman Beyond stuff. Next week, I'm going to be going through the Justice League Adventures Burger King comics that came with their Big Kids Meal toys. So that'll be interesting. I know for a fact there is a reference to the alien invaders being called the Imperium. So that's a thing. Yeah, I think he said it was a stray bullet. Restream is pretty good for that flying pig. I wish more content creators would use that system. I don't know what the flying pig is. We need a Tim Levins. Oh, Tim Levins and Monica Cabina B-Test or JL book. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Every difference between this series and the show is because they forgot to return those things. Good idea. Time Comics, who cares about time travel laws? We do. Who keeps a metric system down? We do. When is the next Legacies of the DCAU coming? It is almost done. I will say that. I will be here. Thank you. Maybe that's why Joe Chill didn't get caught. There could have been evidence on it that never got found because Lex later stole it. I like these ideas. I'm going to add these in. Joe Chill never got caught because Lex later stole the only evidence. What was the other thing? Oh, these fluctuations explain everything weird with this comic's continuity. These are good notes for jokes or serious things in the Will of Canon, so thanks. Uber nerdiness, I'm sitting here watching this while playing DC Universe Online and working on my Kryptonian character, all while planning when I can get my Poison Ivy tattoo finished. That sounds all awesome. Maddie does his streams naked. I don't know. Flying Pig. Oh, it's your name. I'm sorry. The Restream bot that sends out the messages from the other platforms is very confusing to look at on my screen. We need Mr. Wing in animation. I agree. James, it was cause Flying Pig Productions commented that it was a good idea. Yes. Can't wait for tomorrow. Is Batman Stole the Dragon canon to the DCAU? I do not believe so. It is not intended to be. Alfred Molina and Robot Chicken is my favorite Lex Luthor. Okay. Guess I'll see you guys next week. Look out for information on when I'm going to stream my Batman headshot drawings. I'm going to try to set it up in a way that... I love you too, Flying Pig. That I'm going to try to set it up in a way that you can also get a Batman headshot if you donate during the stream. I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet, but we'll make something work. But yeah, see you guys next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.